As soon as I saw pictures of this sneaker, I had to have it. I found that it was limited, thought I probably wasn't going to get it. But right place, right time, and a little luck, I actually got them in hand and really made them special to me, actually, and we'll talk about that. But the sneaker we're talking about today is going to be the Jordan 3 Soul 2.0. Let's get into it. What's going on, everybody? It's Mike from the Sneaker History Podcast, and we are back with another video. This is the third time I'm trying to record this video because for some reason I can't hit the record button correctly and it keeps not recording. So I promise you we're gonna get it done this time, or at least I should promise myself, because you guys haven't seen the outtakes. But this sneaker, I can redo this a million times and be excited because this is a shoe I wanted. But the story on how I got it and the time I got it just makes it just a mainstay in my collection. And we're gonna talk about that, and of course the story that Jordan Brand has put behind this. And that's going to be the Jordan 3 2.0 or the Jordan 3 Soul 2.0. Now, this sneaker here, guys, it is going to be the 2.0 version of the Soul that came out in 2018. That was a commemoration of the 30-year anniversary of the South Korean Olympics. Really cool that they put the 1988 Jordan 3, 1988 Olympics. I'm sure it didn't take a rocket scientist to figure that one out, but I like what they did there, and they made it really nice, clean sneaker. Now, with that being said, the 2.0 definitely has its own flavor to it, and I'm probably not going to be the most popular opinion, but I like the 2.0 better than the 1.0. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. But I gotta tell you how I got the shoe, because, well, I didn't think I would. I missed out on the sneakers, y'all. Completely just spaced out because my wife and I, we were actually visiting New York that time. So it was our wedding anniversary, our 7th wedding anniversary to be specific, which is funny because 7 years ago they released the 1.0 or the original version of these, right? So that's just something I figured out while we're recording. But we're in New York. That was my first time being there. We're exploring together and had to go to Kith. For someone who loves sneakers, loves clothing, streetwear, had to go to Kith, right? So we go in, it is their flagship, their Manhattan store, and they were just celebrating their grand reopening. And I didn't go Friday, which was their big party, so tons of people there. I figured everything was gonna be picked over and gone. But I still want to go, at least to see it. I didn't have an expectation to get the shoe anymore because, well, I missed out on the draw and everything else was a draw at every other store. So went in, or we got there about 2 p.m. They opened at 11, I think, so 3 hours well after they opened, so everyone could have cleaned out everything. Stood in line for another 20 minutes and we were there. And once we got in the store, I saw somebody walking around with the box for the shoe, which we'll look at the box in a second, you have to. But I was like, it's probably just someone picking up their raffle win, so on, you know, whatever. But I was like, but maybe. So from the third floor, I kind of beeline it up to the third floor. First floor, I beeline it to the third floor, and that's where the sneakers are. I asked the guy, hey, where's the Jordan selection at? He's pointing around the corner, shows me where everything is, and sitting there, right? Still not getting my hopes up. I asked him, I was like, look, I know it may be a long shot, but you have a 10. He's like, yeah, let me scan it. Scans it with their phones, you know, pull inventory. Lo and behold, there's actually a size 10. What an odds. So I've been showing my wife this sneaker, talking about it, and I was like, man, you know, what are the off chances I may be able to find one, right? Well, this was the off chance, and it just made it such a cool moment for me, not only because I got the shoe, like that's just the thing, but I was able to, you know, get the shoe in person at Kith. I'd never been before. Got it for retail, which is nice. Got to see the new Kith store after they, you know, redid it. But the most important part was that I was on a trip with my wife celebrating our wedding anniversary. So this sneaker just holds a different value to me now because I got to do it, because it shared that excitement with my wife doing something, you know, for us, something that we love to do, travel and explore. So this one, no matter what, whether it be broken, beaten, coming apart, I'm always going to have it in my collection because it has that personal story for me, which, you know, I'll get off my soapbox in a minute here, but I think that is something we all need to learn to do more. Because we always rely on the brands to tell us a story. Now, I'm not bashing the brands at all, but we have to find our reason for these shoes because these are our collections, right? Not every pickup's gonna have a story, that's impossible. But whether it be a GR, whether it be limited, whatever it may be, don't let the cost be the story. Don't let the brand give you make you live and die by their story. Find your own stories because that's what makes the shoe special. So again, now I'll step down off my soapbox and we'll actually talk about the shoe, but that's what makes this shoe special to me, just if you guys want to know, which maybe you did want to know, maybe you didn't, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. Now, getting to the actual, what Jordan Brand has, you know, had in store for this sneaker, again, it's a 2.0 of the first version, which, duh, you probably figured it out when you said 2.0. But what's cool about this is that it's not really rehashing the same story. So the first one was a memorial of the Olympics. This one actually is supposed to acknowledge and commemorate the new Korean generation, the youth who are breaking the mold, who are doing things outside the traditional path, who are making this impact in art, music, film, fashion, all those sport, everything. So this is them. This is like, hey, we see you, you new generation. We love what you're doing. And that's what this shoe is all about. And I like what they did because it's one of those, they didn't just give it this white shoe. So I think I said earlier, I can't remember now, but actually, if I didn't, I'll say it again. I like this one better than the 1.0 because this one has some flavor to it. This one has some depth. And the other one was just a white Jordan 3. I think this one did it a whole lot better. Now, something in the sneakers description, like the sneakers app description, I should say, they put a word in there that's been very heavily used by Jordan Brand over the last couple of years. Reimagine. So they say this is a reimagining of the 2018 pair. Now, my question is this going to be in that, if we look at the reimagined group, is that in there? Was it on purpose or is it just a buzzword to get people intrigued? I'm not too sure. This is me asking someone in Jordan Brand. Would love to clarify that because I'd love to know, because that has been something that has been really important to the brand, seems like, as of late. But my only question is, would you reimagine something from 7 years ago? Again, toss, I'll leave that in the air, see what answer we get. But I like what they did here. Now, this is gonna be very, again, different than what we saw in 2018. And I think they just did it better. I'm gonna keep saying it because I think they did. Now, I know one of the things that people love who are really against the releasing of grails again from the vault. I've heard a lot of people say they like that the 2.0 is different from the 1.0. I could care less about grails being the exact same or different. Just this one just happened to be perfect to be different because they did it better, I think. But let's get into it. Now, first thing we're gonna see is I think this is probably the best part of the pair, is the elephant print. So Jordan 3 elephant print, let me get I got a good B-roll for you guys, don't worry. Instead of it being done more of like kind of more of a nubuck, the short hair, they went with a more nappy suede here that is just a beautiful looking construction here, beautiful looking piece of material. And then it got the elephant print in it that's not the typical dark black elephant print, but it's more like this kind of tannish, grayish type color in there that is gonna just be different. Looks aged, looks like it's been around in the store for a few years. When I say a few years, a lot of years, and it looks like this is the product you get. And that's the same elephant print not only in the toe cap here, but you're gonna get on the ankle, and I'm sorry, the ankle, but the heel as well. You get the rear elephant print that looks the same, which I love how they did that. Just really, again, adds this layer of character to the sneaker. Now you're gonna get this sail colored leather. It's gonna cover most of the upper here. And when you look at it, again, very soft leather. I'm pretty impressed by this material, but they've been doing pretty good on the Jordan 3s as a whole, I feel like. I mean, you guys correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't tried every pair that's released as of late, but the ones I've been pretty impressed with what they're doing. There's gonna be a tumbled leather. There you're gonna see the tumble marks, the pebble marks in them. I don't know, it's two different things. Pebble and tumble different. So scratch that. You're gonna see the tumble marks there in the leather, and they're pretty decently thick leather, looks like. But as you look into it, it actually has kind of a aged or raw cut to it, and I think it's more of a raw cut, because clearly this is dyed leather. If you look into it, the edges are raw and like unfinished, if you can see that here. So you can see inside. Again, I got better B-roll of that for you, but it has this kind of tan look, so it almost looks like it's outlined in tan, which is really cool to me. Now, as we get up to the eyelet, you know what? I'm gonna take this little chain off. I'm not gonna wear it while I wear the sneaker, so I haven't got to like wear them. I just tried them on, so I haven't got to put them out yet because we just got back a day ago. But we get up to the tongue. First off, you're gonna have your sail laces that are going to be here, flat laces you typically get in the Jordan 3. Your bottom eyelet is going to be done up in this nice blue color that pops really nice against that sail. And for those plastic eyelets you get, again, they look aged. They have a tan finish, so they're not perfectly white. They get that nice tan or cream finish. The tongue is going to be a nice soft leather as well, which I'm glad they made sure they kept that nice and plush. But it's going to have the Korean flag, or so sorry, South Korean flag. I'll be specific there. South Korean flag, just like we saw in the 2018 pair. Now, something really cool, fun fact for you guys. I'm gonna put the name of the flag here because I cannot say it and I don't want to ruin that name. But the Korean flag actually represents 3 different things that, well, they think make a nation. So first, the white around it, which you typically get on the flag, is gonna represent the land. The red and blue design in the middle is gonna represent the people. And then the 4 designs you get with the black bars represents government. So land, people, government. So that's going to be what their flag, those components, and again what they think makes a nation, which it's cool. I like to look up things so I can give you guys more facts of things I didn't know. Maybe you did know, but I didn't. So now, if you were like me, you know as well. But you're gonna get that on the left shoe. On the right shoe, you're gonna get the Jumpman logo, of course, right here in black. Still that same nice white leather tongue. And as you flip the, I had a hiccup there. Sorry. As you get to the back of the tongue, you're gonna get a couple different Korean letters or characters on the back. So first one is gonna be in the left shoe, and I'm gonna put the names up here too. And I'm sure, again, forgive me if I pronounce it wrong. I'm trying. But let me see here. We got is Gum, and this is gonna represent dream, or it means dream in Korean. And then on the right shoe, the character Jong, and it's more of a Korean specific phrase or meaning, but it's to have like this deep affection, warmth. It's supposed to mean something deeper than friendship or love. It can be for a person, an object, or anything, but it's just like something that has this really deep rooted connection with you, make it personal towards you. So that's what those two sayings are, which are different than what we got on the 2018 pair, of course. Now, as we get to the ankle collar and we get into the sock liner, you're gonna have this really nice, like kind of like velvet type material here that is gonna be surrounded by this blue, like nylon type finish. And this two materials you get, of course, the red and blue are going to be that Korean flag. We saw the color there, matching that. But the materials usually are supposed to signify and kind of give you some, what's the word I'm looking for? A representation, there we go. Representation of Korean blankets and traditional Korean garments. So that's why you have that type of material, which I do love that inside. It seems like it's going to be pretty plush walking around for in a while. And again, this was leather when it came to the original pair. So again, added more character, added some more materials to give it its own feel and look, which again, I liked it a lot. Now as you get to the heel tab, you're going to have a Seoul heel tab. It's going to have the Nike Air there, which is always nice. I typically don't carry Jumpman or Nike Air, but hey, why not? If you're gonna throw the Nike Air on there, it looks good, right? So it is there. Now, one of the points of contention with this shoe that has been really, I don't wanna say divided, but yeah, I guess it's a point of conversation. It's the sailed, or I don't wanna say sailed out, is the yellowed out midsole. A lot of people are over the aged look. They want just kind of the white and they wanna do it themselves, you know, just for wear. I like the aged look. I like this because I feel like when I wear clothes, I don't wear anything that's just pure white, just top to bottom. And I don't know, it's a warm, more inviting feel when it comes to those yellow midsoles to me. That's just a me thing. I know the same issue happened with the Jordan 1 UNC reimagine. People were like, I don't like them. I don't like the yellow midsole. It's too yellow, and those set on shelves. I mean, these sold out because of the limited nature of everything, but people seem to be over the yellow aged tan midsoles, which I live with it. I think it's cool. Now the air bubble is going to have the traditional Jordan 3 air bubble. If you guys can see, I think I got a decent B-roll shot, but there's some blue in there, which I like. That it's a blue air bubble unit, or air unit, air unit in there. And you're going to have the traditional Jordan 3 outsole, which is going to have the Nike there because it does have the Nike branding on the heel. And they're going to, two different colors on the radial pattern. You're going to have the left shoe is the blue, right shoe is the red, again signifying that Korean flag or South Korean flag. But guys, this is a great shoe. This is a nice looking sneaker. It's not too much, does the right things. And I love how sneakers, I know we don't get them all the time, but I love how different cultures can be brought together through sneakers. Whether it be the Seoul Jordan 3s, or maybe Black History Month dunks that we just got. We had the Grito Jordan 5s representing Mexican culture. I love how you can bring, if you do it the right way, mind you, that we can bring together all these different cultures in sneakers. We can get sneakerheads and, you know, people all together just to really celebrate a well done, well executed sneaker that everyone can enjoy. So I think that's really cool. But let me get into the insole here. I don't think this has a super thick polyurethane insole. Yeah, it doesn't. This has a Dream Cell on here, so that's probably my one complaint, is that these are okay. But I like my Fire Red 3s up there to have that nice polyurethane insole that's super thick. I'd rather those because they last a whole lot longer, again, a whole lot more responsive and softer. But again, that's just, I mean, I'm not like I'm going to play basketball in these, so I'll live. But this sneaker is just, again, well done overall, and they brought it to the packaging as well, which I told you I was going to show you. I didn't forget. and that's gonna be right here. So you're gonna have the Jordan 3 that's gonna be floating in the clouds here. The bottom of the box is gonna be this nicely built out gray that has the elephant print that's gonna be raised that you can feel it across the box. Of course, you have your size tag there, the Jordan 3 Retro OG Special Project or SP. When you open it up, I've already torn this up. You saw it in the B-roll when it opened up, but it was wrapped up like a present, basically. You have this Korean-inspired paper here. It was wrapped up in a ribbon that is going to represent or have the same colors as Michael Jordan Bulls shorts or Bulls jersey. Super cool. I like that. Again, I love when you have those special sneakers. They go all out with the special packaging as well. I did try these on, of course, to make sure there was no difference in the fit. True to size. That you would go any of your Jordan 3s, and I go true to size in my Jordan 3s, so these are size 10, so I would stay true to that. I don't know how many times I can say that, or different ways, but definitely one stay true to size. I said it again, jeez. But this one, they sold out places online. Check-in store, I don't know if these were truly as limited as they say they were, but check-in store if you have any boutiques around you, just to see. But if you do have to go in a resale market, they seem to be, I don't know, they're ranging from like 50 to 80 bucks over retail from what I've seen. So if that's something you really want, that's kind of the idea of the pricing you're looking at that point. But this is one I think is great. Again, I don't think it's a sneaker of the year per se. Maybe I feel different later. I may have put it in the category, we'll talk about it later, but this is a great release nonetheless. And not everything has to be a sneaker of the year. It can just be a great sneaker. And I think this one is one of those great sneakers. So let me know what you guys think. The Jordan 3 Seoul 2.0, like it, hate it, love it, did you get a pair? Let me know down below, and until next time guys, see ya.